You know what I'm talking about, man. You know what? I dare you to sit up there and say, explain. You know what I'm talking about, man.
What's up, fight fans? This is Kirk DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning the WBA president, Gilberto Mendoza. Gilberto Mendoza told Mike Coppinger that he will be meeting with Rizzo on Thursday to discuss discipline and will consider permanent expulsion from judging fights sanctioned by the WBA. Let me counterpunch. Not quite. Okay. He's considering expulsion. I mean, considering expulsion is one thing, but what's the other option? Suspension? Suspension for what? For how long? See, so here's the problem with this, right? I mean, it sounds good. You know, we know that Gabrielle Martinez Riz, right? She made a lot of racial comments. And it really came back to bite her, and it shows you that, hey, some things you can't undo when you do them. But you have to consider the boldness of this chick, that she let this linger that long until she acted on something that she actually believed. See, what she was saying on social media reflected on how she judged the fight. There's no ifs and buts about it. You judged the fight based on your dislike for a certain group of people that didn't look like you. Okay? And now you're suffering the consequences, but then here's the thing. The consequences have not been finalized or set. He said, hey, I'm considering that. No, this is something that you should do. Maybe that's something that he's just telling people just for the sake of making people feel good. Or maybe he's just getting her hopes up or whatever, right? Only to drop her like a bad habit. Either way, you know, I think that this should have happened. This is exactly what I felt should happen. I spoke on this before with about Gloria Martinez Riz. I think no one should ever be placed in a position to judge a fight. Okay, because if you have that type of mindset, you're automatically compromised. You're not going to see what you're supposed to see based on how you feel about someone. You see a guy that don't look like yourself versus a guy that does. Whenever that guy that does lands anything remotely, because you're automatically biased. You're automatically in favor of that person because of what that person looks like. In that case, you gotta go. Okay, you have no business being there. You know, and it's a good thing that she did do that because nobody would have knew. And you think about the people that you don't catch. Okay? That's something to think about. But let's focus on the people that you do. So, in this case, should she be expelled? Yeah. Considering expulsion? No. She should be... basically this is what he should have done. He should have said, you know what? I will give her my decision when I see her. I do feel Mendoza just said that to be saying that just to make people feel good. Because the only way we're going to know that for sure, if he does expel her, for sure. Right? If that's the case, because that's the only way that we're going to know. If she is on some type of weird suspension or probationary period or whatever that is, we know he just said that for shits and giggles. He just said that just to, have everybody thinking that he's going to do something, threatening to do something, and never really did it. In that case, okay, there was no justice served. All she had to do was delete her shit off her social media account that reflected who she really was. Freedom of speech, people, right? But sometimes your freedom of speech can get you in a situation. Your freedom of speech is freedom of responsibility and circumstance, okay? From your own actions. So should she be expelled? Of course she should, okay? Look at it this way. CJ Ross did less and got expelled and never was able to judge a fight again. Let that sink in. Bars. But let that sink in. Okay, she had a 114-114 card. That was worse than them trying to rob Floyd. She attempted to, but I think she was like that kind of mediator. Like, okay, what if someone else scored it this way and then someone else scored it the right way and then I scored it in the middle? Well, if you scored it a draw in the middle, that ain't as bad as somebody going 117-110. You gave a man 2 rounds with a knockdown. Shit, you just gave him the knockdown round? You didn't give him any other rounds? And who's to say she even gave him the knockdown round? She might have just scored it for the other guy. She could have scored it 10-9. Who knows? Okay, so then you hear all this racist shit. The racist shit by itself automatically disqualifies her from judging any fight for any reason. Whereas CJ Ross, she didn't have all this controversial, opinionated bigotry bullshit on her social media. No, she just got fired for scoring the wrong way. Fired, right? So in that case, take that example for what it's worth and then apply it to this situation. She should be double fired. If she could get fired twice, that's exactly what she should be doing. Okay? Because she should never be able. And then she can tweet all the bullshit she wants to at the house. Okay? Not tweet the shit, then go judge fights and then, dominate your opinion from having the power that you have for the job that you have. That's bullshit. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Gilberto Mendoza making a decision to possibly fire Gloria Martinez Riz. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.